Alright, today I'm going to show you how I installed the DK Customs external breather system, the DIY kit. I thought I was recording it, but apparently I did not hit record on the camera. But we'll get into it. I'll show you how I did it. And if you got questions, put them down in the comments below. So everything comes in the kit that you need, at least that I needed for mine. This is the R&S Big Sucker air cleaner. So what I did is I took these to the bike and verified that they're not hitting any of the throttle cables or anything like that, or the block or the throttle body or anything like that. So I marked the best location for them, drilled the hole with a small 1/8 drill bit to go through, and then I stepped it up to the 11/32 that they give you, and then tapped the holes with this tap here, which I believe, I'm trying to see if I can get in there, it's 1/8 and 27 NPT. You can buy that separately. I bought it from DK Customs to verify that I had the right one and everything was good. Use Teflon tape per the instructions, and then I use blue Loctite to make sure the bolt stays in there, doesn't vibrate, because it was kind of loose, and we'll explain a little bit that later because you can't tighten these all the way in. Put the tube that they give you, and they give you plenty, to go to the back of the bike on, pretty much any bike, I guess. It'll go pretty far. But I wanted it pretty close to the actual air cleaner, so it was all in there and I didn't have hoses running all over the place. But you put your fitting on there. They give you a quarter to quarter T. I have no idea where it is exactly right now, but I found down the street a while ago a quarter to 3/8 and a just junk store that was getting rid of, they're closing the store, and I bought a bunch of little adapters and stuff, and they had one, and I was like, you know what, I don't need it now, but now I did. So I used a quarter to 3/8 because I didn't want this thing to hang down any longer than it already was, because if you add this in there with the hose, it just became really long, and I wanted it nice and tidy. So I did that, put it there, put the catch can on there, and did the same thing on this side. Make sure everything's nice and tight. The one thing they tell you to do is use the red RTV silicone to fill these holes. I actually ended up tapping a screw into here, an Allen wrench screw. It's a 12/20 force. And then I put red Loctite in there so that screw won't come out, and then took the red silicone gasket maker and put it in the hole so it's nice and flush, because you're never going to get them out anyway since you put the red in there unless you heat it up. I think this would melt before you did that. But put the red silicone in there, make it nice and flush so it's smooth for the airflow. And then I put a little bit of red silicone in there as well, just to make sure it didn't spool with oil or anything like that. But earlier I was saying you have to use the blue Loctite. If you look in there, you can't get that breather tube or the brass fitting any higher than that, because your banjo bolts that'll go into the motor will hit. So you can't tighten them down to the edge. So that's why I used the Loctite to make sure everything was good to go. I'm going to put this on, but it does say wait 24 hours for the RTV to dry. So I want to make sure it's good and dry. So I will come back to you tomorrow. But just remember, if you got any questions or any comments or anything that you want to ask about this, or tell me I'm crazy, whatever, I don't care, put them down in the comments and we can bring this up there. But I'll show this on the bike when it's all complete so you can see it hanging. But like I said, I got to come back tomorrow after the stuff dries. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. Here it is mounted to the bike. Everything is torqued down. I believe the inner bolts are 3 to 5 foot-pounds, and the outer bolts here, the banjo bolts, are 10 to 12. But went ahead and bolted it all up. That's the way it looks, just barely hanging down. So, but yeah, if you like this sort of thing, you got any questions, concerns, please hit me down in the comments below and we'll go from there. But guys, I appreciate it. Have a nice night.